Hello and welcome back. Elliott's Oyster House has been an award-winning classic Seattle seafood house for almost 50 years, featuring over 24 varieties of oysters, and wintertime, really a great time to eat them right up. And today I am joined by Chef Robert Spaulding, who's going to teach us all about shucking. Welcome.
Thank you, Mireya. It's great to be here. It's great to talk about oysters and our shucking class coming up. I think there is another one on April 18th and March 18th and April 15th.
Yes, yes.
And at those, we are going to teach all about shucking oysters, a little bit about oyster history, oyster tools, where to get oysters, and what to drink with oysters.
Beautiful. Now tell us a little bit about Elliott's Oyster House and how you source those different ingredients.
Sure. Elliott's has been there for about 50 years, and beginning in 1975, our relationship started developing with local growers. Growers like Hama Hama Shellfish, Westcott, Penn Cove Shellfish, Taylor Shellfish. We've had those relationships for almost 50 years now. And as one of the best oyster bars and one of the largest oyster bars on the West Coast, we look for relationships, and people, oyster growers, come to us to feature their oysters on our bar. So
beautiful.
We generally have access to the largest selection of oysters on the West Coast, and sometimes arguably maybe in the nation.
Beautiful. That is so exciting. So here's the thing. I'm a big fan of an oyster, but I'm also very afraid of shucking them myself. So you'll see me, at an establishment like yours often, but I would love to learn. Will you teach me?
Absolutely, yes. Oysters, it's really not intimidating once you get used to it.
Okay.
Oysters have a hinge right here, and there are several different ways to shuck oysters, but here on the West Coast, we usually go in through the hinge because they're a smaller oyster. And the tool that we like to use for that is the shorter oyster knife like that. Lots of other oyster knives for different regions and maybe some bad ideas. We don't want to use a screwdriver or a chisel or an ice pick.
Okay, I love this. Can we get a shot of this right here? The bad idea, my friends. Don't use a screwdriver. Okay. But we do have the tools we need right here.
Yes, and you want to start out with a smaller oyster knife like this. Put the oyster on a towel so it doesn't slip. We'll give you that one.
You're going to give me the easy peasy one. I appreciate that.
And I'll take this one. And we put the knife right into the hinge.
And I set it down on the towel, right?
Yep, set it down on the towel and put your hand a little bit back. Okay. And then you just kind of apply a little bit of pressure just until the tip of the knife pops into the hinge.
Am I doing it?
You are.
Doing it.
That's perfect. Okay. And as soon as you feel it loosen up a little bit.
I'm not that strong, Chef. Oh, wait, I think I felt something.
Not a lot of muscles required. You got it. There you go.
Okay.
Now give it a little twist counterclockwise.
Let's see. There she is. All right, now a little twist. Oh, I did it. I really was afraid it was not going to happen, friends.
Then at this point, we can just slide the knife along the right side of the oyster.
Right side.
And that's going to separate the adductor muscle.
Ooh, I got stuck here.
That's the adductor muscle if you just keep kind of gently going forward.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
Perfect.
Yay!
There you go. Then, so that it'll come out of the shell into your mouth, you slip the knife under it and pull it towards you gently.
Okay. Alrighty.
And then, just to make sure, flip it over.
Okay.
I think we have a part-time job for you.
Ooh, I will be your slowest oyster shucker.
I actually didn't know how to shuck an oyster until I started working at Elliott's. I thought I did, but a couple of happy hours and I was done.
Awesome. All right. Now, what do we do now?
Now, you could choose to put mignonette on it. We use a frozen mignonette because it sits on top of the oyster and doesn't displace the nectar, so you get all of the mignonette and all of the nectar.
Awesome,
There's a
right
stick there
here.
if you want to
This
try
is so
it.
fun. I've never tried frozen mignonette. Beautiful. Now, some people like cocktail sauce. Is there really a wrong way to do this?
There's not. The main thing is to have fun.
Awesome.
People get really attached to the way they ate oysters when they grew up. Hot sauce, crackers, it doesn't matter as long as you're eating oysters and having fun.
That is amazing. Now tell me a little bit about what people can learn in your classes.
Sure, so we talk a little bit about the history. I did a class once and talked a lot about history and started geeking out about oysters, and people's eyes started rolling back in their head. So we're going to talk a little bit about oysters, but more so where to get oysters, how to source them, whether or not they're good what to look for as far as sourcing oysters, and then typically more about what tools to use, what tools not to use, how to open oysters, and then we do a little speed shucking competition at the end. Myself, my alter ego, Shuck Norris, and a couple of folks from the restaurant. I won the last one.
Just a little dig there. I love it. Yeah. Okay.
little dig for the staff. We're all going to go to the West Coast Shucking Championship. We talk about that, oyster events around town. Our oyster event, which is called Oyster New Year, where we donate proceeds to the Puget Sound Restoration Fund.
All right.
And it's a really good time. A lot about oysters and what to drink with them.
All right. I'm gonna try this. Okay. Is that all right?
Sure.
All right. Let's see.
Try one with you here.
That is delicious. Ooh, I gotta eat more of these, guys. But before I do that, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you teaching me. Yes, you can check out their oyster shucking classes March 18th and April 15th. We do have more info on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live.